British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good afternoon, my name is Jonah Jung, and these are your news headlines for 1 p.m. As a job action by the BC General Employees Union goes on, the head of a British Columbia Restaurant Industry Association, Ian Toddeson, says that business owners are nervous and anxious about the possible liquor distribution disruption. BCGU has announced last Friday that the organization will escalate job action by starting an overtime ban at several liquor distribution branches. The union says the ban applies to centers in Delta, Richmond, and distribution headquarters in Burnaby, with more than 6,000 workers joining the job action. Toddeson says with the prospect of further job action, smaller family-run businesses have no space or funds to survive through the disruption. A female RCMP officer in Coquitlam says that she was shocked to learn how her fellow members were giving her hurtful remarks and derogatory nicknames. 3 constables in Coquitlam, Mersad Mispa, Ian Sullivan, and Philip Dick, are accused of using racist and sexist comments in their group chat. The hearing revealed that Sullivan allegedly lied, saying that he apologized to the female officer for making such comments about her weight. The officer, whose name is under publication ban, says that Sullivan never apologized. While the political tensions about immigration in the U.S. continue, support for inclusive Latin American spaces pick up in Canada. The Vancouver Latin American Cultural Center has been working to build a physical hub to celebrate the importance of community in Canada. Our reporter, Graciela Cruz Flores, has more.
With the start of Hispanic Heritage Month today, many in the Latin community will celebrate their many cultures. The Vancouver Latin American Cultural Center are looking to enhance Canadian education and cultural legacy by exploring and sharing Latin American arts and heritage. However, U.S. President Donald Trump's campaign against illegal immigration has some people with worries that the anti-immigration campaign is leaking into Canada. As debates over border security and the Canadian Temporary Foreign Worker Program up in the air, advocacy groups fear the shift in attitudes could undermine Canada's traditional inclusive approach to immigration. The VLACC are working to keep a hub center to recognize the cultural significance of the Latin American community in Vancouver and Canada. Graciela Cruz Flores, BCIT News.
Canada's Jobs Minister Patty Hochstu says she expects the federal government to look into the allegations of unpaid work in Air Canada to wrap up around early December. After the Air Canada flight attendants working for the Canadian Union of Public Employees went on a strike last month, Hochstu says her department will hold a stakeholders meeting this month. She says the outcome cannot be prejudged and there have not yet been any complaints about the unpaid labor uncovered. The Alberta government says it'll be adding the proof of citizenship markers to its driver licenses next year. Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith, says the CAN symbol will streamline services and enable more access to social assistance.
Because we've identified many problems that we're trying to solve. We're trying to solve the issue of some of our social programs requiring citizenship and how to make that easier. We're solving a problem of an unknown number of health cards that are of an unknown status because they're more than we have driver's licenses.
Smith adds that healthcare numbers will also be added to the licenses. U.S. Secretary of State Mark Rubio is visiting Israel this weekend to demonstrate how the Trump administration is trying to solve the problems in the Middle East. He says he will seek answers from Israel after it struck Doha, the capital of Qatar. The majority of the UN General Assembly voted yes on a resolution of a two-state solution that U.S. and Israel both rejected. Qatar says it'll hold a meeting with the Middle Eastern leaders to present a joint statement. With the conflict in Gaza ongoing, Qatar is hosting a summit of Arab and Islamic nations to present a united response to Israel's attack on Hamas. The leaders presented different views on what to do, agreeing to take only minimal action. Ever since Hamas attacked its territory on October 7th,
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.